Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I'm jumping on to finish the free readings that I did not complete in this morning's session. There is no chat because I'm not taking any new readings requests, but I'll be back Friday for free readings again. And if you're looking for like messages from Spirit in the meantime, I do offer personal readings. All that information is down below if you're wanting to purchase a reading, or if you need something in between now and next Friday. I have a ton of pick a cards, full moon, new moon, meditational pick a cards around love, relationship, abundance. All that's free on my main page as well. If you're interested, just follow your heart and Spirit will guide you to that. After I'm done with this session, I will put a comment and pin it in the order in which all the readings were completed. All right, so we'll get into it. Let me move this out of the way here. We had one donation that I did not get to. So thank you, Infinity, for being patient with me getting to that. And so you'll be up first. So Infinity is one. You want to know, did it mean something that Leo left you for dead in a dream? Wow. Did it mean he was leaving the connection? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. What did this mean when the Leo left you for dead? All right, let's see what we have here. The bottom of the card, the death card, the overall energy on the bottom is the death and rebirth. So it does talk, we'll see what the other cards come out here to mean as well, but how synchronistic is that? Uh, so I don't feel like it's, the severing of a connection, leaving of a connection. It feels more like the phoenix has to turn on fire and turn to ashes to be reborn. So I feel like there is a transformation that comes in here. And let's see what these other ones are here. Yeah. So there is a change afoot. You have the moon card. So I feel like a lot of this dreaming you're doing is related to the moon, and there's a lot of subconscious stuff that goes on when that moon energy comes around. And so there is this, some unseen, some unknown things are going to be revealed. That's what the subconscious is bringing up to in our dream time, is to show us things about ourselves. And sometimes, well, a lot of the time actually, all the characters in our dream are us in the form of a different character for us to work through our thoughts, our mindsets, our fears, the releasing of things. And I feel like with this death and this rebirth, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with the Leo as much as it has to do with yourself, because you do have the 10 of swords at the bottom here, which is this, if it'll, there we go, little shade right there. So 10 of swords is leaving behind the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets, the restrictions, the exhaustion from trying to be everything for everyone and not disappoint people, right? But also not needing to hold other people accountable into those limitations as well. A lot of those limitations are deep down inside of us. We might even not be conscious of them. They're bubbling below the surface, and that's what they're bringing forward here. And these are beliefs and mindsets. I call them small t truths that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love. So if we have a fear of them leaving us for dead and severing a connection, it's like, okay, so in my dream world, in this, it's like if you're on the Star Trek in one of those holodecks where it's holograms, it's like they're creating the scenario so you can see it, feel it, experience it, understand it without experiencing it in the outside world. And you're able to face those fears, you're able to transform them and look at them differently. And I feel like what's going on inside you, you've got the 3 of wands, and the 3 of wands is energy around with new information. You are changing direction. The 3 of wands is us, not it being changed for us, but us changing our direction. And so that's an important thing, and I feel like that's what's coming in here with spirit for you is they're wanting you to, your subconscious wants you to go through that scenario and going, so what if? What if they left me for dead? What if they did sever the connection with me? What fears do I have? What does it mean about me? What story am I creating around that about me? And is it true? And how can I transform that? And I feel like with you going through all the scenarios, you change the way you're approaching this interaction with the Leo going forward, and it means something different for you. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that, Infinity. Right. And then for the free readings, we had left off with Grace 1111. So let me give these a big shuffle. We're going to do one big shuffle for all remaining readings. And one more time. All right, and let's do a cut here. 1 and 2 and 3. All right. So, Grace, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? So, you have the 9 of Wands, and this 9 of Wands energy is talking here about energetic blocks, these feelings like you've been hitting your head up against something over and over and over again. Normally I crack up with the 9 of Wands from the original deck because they usually have a bandage around their head showing that they've been hitting their head up against this barrier over and over and over again, trying to find different ways through it. And it's a perseverance card at times. And that's what I feel is coming in for you with this is that I know you're like this close to giving up, but you're this close to having a breakthrough. So it's like the breakthrough comes before you give up. So don't give up yet, because whatever this is that you're trying to get through and move past, you're so close and you come so far. Don't give up now. They're just telling you, move forward, keep going forward, keep just, you know, moment by moment, just take a big deep breath and don't look at the whole journey ahead. Just the next step, the next step, the next step, and you're going to find your way looking, going, hey, I'm past the barrier. How did that happen? And it's just because of you putting in that perseverance and taking those deep breaths and taking it a moment at a time. All right, so that's what they have for you, Grace 1111. Many blessings. And then Starfall, you wanted the general for the coming week. All right. So we got beautiful Capricorn, Saturn, Devil energy. This isn't bad. This is our shadow. And so this coming week is a time here. The great thing about Saturn, I'm a Capricorn rising. And so I know this energy. It's how I see the world. And I'm like, there's the task. There's the stuff that's going to come up that you can't get past. You have to do it, but on the other end is such relief. And it's that feeling I know when you're like, oh, really? I'm going to sweep that entire floor and vacuum all that carpet and mop up all that stuff. And it's like, all right, you know what? I know it needs to get done and I'm going to feel so good after it's all done and I get the reward for it. And so it's like, all right, here we go. Let me just start. It's that, okay, let me just go, let me just step into it. And you do the work, you step through the stuff. And by the end of the week, you get a beautiful reward already for these obstacles that you face during the week. And so just go with it with a can-do attitude, knowing that there is a reward on the other side and it's going to be totally worth it. I just need to take a big deep breath and leap into getting the tasks done with whatever's coming forward here, whatever work is bubbling up for you to face and go through. And that can be mindset, it can be emotional, it can be physical as well, energetic, but it's about doing the work this week because the reward comes quickly for you. So that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. And then great courts. Any messages from Guru? Let's take a look here. Well, choose joy. You have the 3 of Cups. Like a few messages coming in here. There's like multiple messages for this card, and you're getting like boom, boom, boom. They're like, choose joy. And as you choose joy, you draw in higher vibrational energy. And the joy is the natural state of us, but also part of the frequency at which spirit speaks. So this also represents communicating with your spiritual posse up above. So that's them communicating. You can hear very quickly from them. Also, with that raising of that vibration, you're drawing in humans that are at that higher vibration as well. And this is like getting to know a small piece of a tribe of your tribe. These are very important people. Like if you don't have like these besties, really close friends, like you have two that are coming in, and they're getting drawn in because of you raising your love vibration, raising your vibration of that of joy, then that's what triggers all of these. So this is the message from the guru, is that choose joy, and it does draw these things in for you. So that's easy. That's it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Great courts. That's what they have for you. And then Premia, you want to know who is coming in your love life and what will be the future spouse's profession. They're going to be a magician. That's funny. But this is someone who's very fiery and a manifester. It's someone that creates and motivates and procures. It's this energy. I mean, someone that's very, fiery, and they're very like able to go, 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 go. And they're looking forward at life, and they make things happen in life. And, as far as like a profession here with the magician card coming in, it does feel like someone who um brings things in for other people, not so much like a purchasing agent, but it could be like a realtor. Um, it's someone who helps people get what they're trying to have in their life, if that makes sense. But I don't feel like it's like a purchasing agent, like someone that you know orders stuff in. I feel like it's someone that goes out and locates and brings it in for them in a specific market like realty would be. But that's the kind of job that they're in. They just love this ability to have all these connections and this networking, and they bring people together and they bring things together, and just they're just that kind of individual. Almost to the point of like being a motivational speaker. So I just feel like they're very motivating and very energetic that way. But I just feel like they have their hands in a lot of different things, it feels like, as well. Because I just feel like they're like this and this and this and this because they can do it. They have all this energy, so I feel like they have a lot of businesses, a lot of different ways in which they express things. Yeah, because the magician usually has the 4, emblems of the, minor arcana. They have the magic wand and the pentacle and the sword and the ace of cups. That's normally they're right here. So they have all those. They just have their hands in all these different types of in different areas too. So I like it for you. Very motivated. Very go go go. So that's what they have for you, Premia. So many blessings to you. And then DFS, you want to know what can you improve on, and or what's your life's purpose. You have the Wheel of Fortune, and it just is like there's no wrong choice. What your life, there's the few things that are fated in your life are, you know, they will progress, they will happen. And I feel like with how you can improve your life overall is just realizing everything happens for you, and that there's the fated things are going to come whether you want them or not. As a human, because your higher self already chose them before you came down here. These few things I want fated, and they will come in within ranges. The rest of life is possibilities. We have a minimum experience we sign up for, a maximum of possibilities, and we get to choose everything in between. And I like that. Like they're telling you there's no wrong choice, and life purpose, you come down here she'll go on this scavenger hunt of discovering, experiences in this life, but also what is it that how I uniquely want to share my unconditional love with the world in my own unique way. There's no scroll that falls from heaven telling us what it is because we don't want to just know it. We want to search for it. And so it's the search, it's the journey that they're saying is helpful for you to realize. And if you are, and I don't know if I've talked about it before, I talk about her book a lot somewhere in this my giant stack of books that I'm accumulating over here. Probably should put some back on my bookshelf, right? But Discover Your Dharma by Sahara Rose. She has a website, iamsahararose.com, which she also has some free quizzes that you can take there, which it's under the purpose tab. It's your Dharma archetype. And then under the Ayurveda tab, there's like a dosha quiz, your energy quiz. And so those things can help you get an idea of how you want to do it, and then more detail will come. But just trust the flow. I like that from them. So hopefully that makes sense there for you, DFS, and many blessings to you. Right, and then Minahil, you want to know how will you meet your future spouse the first time as a person? With the Five of Cups, I feel like it's going to be um, there's a gathering. It's like there's it's funny because there's five people here. Um, I feel like two of them are a couple, and that's what I feel like. There's two people that invite like three other friends to like a dinner party or a dinner, or it's some sort of where you meet them through two other people. So they're friends of a friend, and I don't it doesn't feel like they're trying because they invite 3 people, they're not trying to hook you guys up and playing matchmaker. They just have something they wanna do, and they invite 3 people because they know it's something that you guys enjoy. Not any ulterior motives, not a ton of ulterior motives, but they're just like, I feel like, the all 5 of you enjoy something, and then you all get together, and then 2 of you are sitting by each other, and you have these conversations and da 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 da, and it's like, oh, ba ba ba. And I feel like the other person, like, because you have a couple, and then there's 3 of you, I feel like the other person is in a relationship or married, and so you're the only 2 single people, and so you guys really hit it off, and the other person doesn't feel like a 3rd wheel or a 5th wheel, and, because they're already like, "Blah, blah, blah," whatever, and they're chatting it up with the couple, and that's how you meet. So, if anyone invites you to a dinner party or something, go. Right, Minahil, that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And then Nature 1111, you wanna know what star sign will your future husband be? All right. Well, it's the Judgment card here. So it is a major arcana, and my apologies, I am not aware off the top of my head. I will now be after I look this up real quick here, because I have a little reference. So Judgment. Scroll, scroll, scroll. So the Judgment card is Pluto energy, fire signy energy, but it also has an emphasis on Scorpio. So because there's an emphasis on Scorpio, I would feel that it is either a fire sign or could be a Scorpio. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. I like it. Answers. But not, it's like, well, they whittled it down from 12 to 4. That's pretty good. At least they didn't, it's better than half, cut in half. But I like that. And so that's what's coming in. All right. And then infinity is 1. You want to know, does RM miss you? The 8 of Wands here, Infinity, I don't feel like they are someone who misses anyone with this 8 of Wands. when I get like a card that's a lot of fire, which the 8 of Wands is a lot of fire, it's someone that doesn't miss anyone or anything. They just it's like a forest fire or a grass fire. They just burn forward. There's no fuel to turn backward and go backward. So it's all forward facing, always burning outward. It never comes back inward, right? And so it's not personal. It's not like you aren't missable. It's just that they don't miss people. It's just their personality at this time in their life. Consume, consume, move forward, move forward. And so it's like, all right, it's what happens. We just like let it go and know that that's who they are and what they are. Um, and we just look at that energy. A question you can reverse it around to help you when you're like, I wonder if that person misses me. You can turn the mirror on yourself and go, I wonder if I miss me. And in what ways do I miss myself? Because I know when we get out there in other people's business, we're gone. We're not here anymore. We're out there. That's why we feel unsafe, out of control, and uh, you know, this feeling like we're not at home because we're not. We've left our ship and we dove off of our ship, swam through the water, and we're over there while our ship is going off course. And it's like, oops, come back to yourself. How can you come back to you? So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. So many blessings to you. That was your free reading. And then Divine Goddess, you are up next. And you want to know what's coming towards you. Well, you got the Ace of Cups. So you've got new love headed your way here, and it's rooted in first filling up your own cup. That Ace of Cups is the chalice, the Holy Grail. And when new love is coming in, it's always wonderful to expand our self love. When we go inward and upward and we get filled up with this unconditional love, that's the love that we're truly looking for, right? And the love on the outside world will always fall short until we find that on the inside. Then, with what they give us, instead of falling short, when we're overflowing with that love, that's above and beyond extra. So, the outside world changes from this place of love lacking and falling short to this abundance and overflowingness. And it's an important thing here. So, I feel like you are coming towards you first with the Ace of Cups. And then that's the energy raising your love vibration. It brings in the love that you're waiting for. Because I feel like if things are going slow and you feel like people are being kept away, it's because you're given the time to raise your love vibration. So rather than bringing in individuals that no longer serve you, lower vibrational, doing what we've always done, getting what we've always gotten, you're raising your love vibration, you're drawing in someone who has self-love, which is a wonderful combination because you're not competing for each other's love. You're not, you know, there's not this looking outside of ourselves for all the love, and then that just is where lower vibrational things happen, right? Cheating and lying and fighting and ooh, all that. We love to eat that when we first start out, but after a while that gets boring. We're like, I've had enough of that, right? And I feel like you have. So that's what's coming towards you, Divine Goddess. So many blessings to you. And then Sudeshni, hello. So general love reading, absolutely. So you have the High Priestess here. And so right now it's a time of High Priestess steps away out of the dating scene for a moment. Don't worry, it's not forever. She goes into her High Priestess temple for the cycle of the moon, steps up and connects to the higher realms, looks behind the veil, dives deep into their own emotions, kind of cleanses themselves both of thought and emotion and energy and body to prepare for love, right? And the more we connect inward and upward, the more fuller we feel and the more ability we have to give and receive love to the outside world. So right now, it's a time of connecting to your higher self in the spiritual realm and looking at what thoughts don't serve you anymore, looking at what emotions don't serve you anymore. Look at what energy you need. Is it time to clear your chakras and clear the bubble around you? Cleansing in the physical world. What decluttering and getting some feng shui tips on opening up the energy in your physical environment too. So I feel like that's the advice they have for you for right now to take you to the place that's of higher um, love that you're looking for. All right, so many blessings. Then Empress Beauty, you want messages from the Pisces. Well, here is definitely Pisces energy. You got the Queen of Cups, who is so much like the High Priestess, which we just had. Both of them, the Queen of Cups rules over emotion with the King, but the Queens are given a second portion of emotion. So she's the master of emotion. And doing that can dive deep and just I feel like the messages from the Pisces is this is a part of who I am. I'm a severely water person. And I'm a Aquarius sun, but I've got like 5 planets in Pisces, and my mom's a Pisces, and twin nieces are Pisces. And so all this Pisces energy, you realize that it comes with a lot of emotion, and it's an expansive sea of emotion that has dark, dark, deep, you know 20,000 leagues under the sea, and then there's also shallow and brightness and warmth, blue, aqua blue waters of the tropics that are warm and open, and but there's also the dark and also the cold and freezing ice of the Arctic. And so they're just saying that there's a lot of variety of emotions that they experience, and they're always feeling at an extreme level, and it's who they are. And I feel like they're saying, if you're going to interact with me, you're going to have to get used to that, because I'm always going to be vibrating emotion. And I'm either going to be up, up, or down, down, and all these places in between, and probably all on the same day. And also understand that they're very influenced by the moon cycles. Today we have a Pisces new moon. So there's a lot of moon activity happening with the Pisces connection. And um, I just feel like, every 28, 29 days, we go through the entire zodiac with the moon. Moon impacts water and tides, so water signs, especially if they have water moons, are very impacted by the moon cycles. And so every 2 or 3 days, we go into a different element. We start off with fire, and then we go into earth, then we go into air, and then we go into water to go back to fire. It just psh, psh, psh. So they sometimes can almost seem schizophrenic, because their emotions are always changing, but that's a lot of what is happening. So it's like they want you to know that's what that's about. All right. So many blessings to you, Empress Beauty. And then Flower Remedy, you are up. Will you have love in 2024? You definitely have the possibilities here with the Eight of Cups coming in. The Eight of Cups um, says that if you will, in order for love to come in 2024, you need to bring a lot of your emotional energy back to you. What that means, there's 2 ways you do that. One, you have a storehouse of emotions that are like wrapped in emotional charge that are below the surface that happen 7 years old and younger, which when we're 7 years old and younger, how we're not developed in our brain yet, that starts 7 to 14. And so it's all on instinct, and we're instinctually taught express these emotions through laughter, crying our head off, or being angry and having a tantrum. These are the 3 things that we experience, and parents support one of those. They want you to laugh. They don't want you crying. They don't want you throwing a tantrum. So when we have all these emotions that we want to have throw a tantrum or cry about, we're like, what? No, don't do it. We don't want to get in trouble. So we're like, what am I supposed to do? We wrap it in emotional saran wrap. So it's preserved, it's charged, and we put it down in below the surface in our subconscious realm where our little inner children rule. And so all that energy is down there. We need to bring those things up, unwrap it. Now that we're an adult, we understand how we can let this inner child of ours express that. We give them the space to express the anger and have a tantrum. Things our parent wouldn't allow us. You allow them to feel it, and then it dissipates. And then that energy you were using to contain it comes back to you. So that's one. Two, you recognize the relationships around you that no longer serve you, the ones that you have slowly gone from 50-50 to where you're 70-30. You're given 70%, 80%, 90%, maybe even 100%, where you're the one maintaining these relationships with people, whether it's friends, family, ex-lovers, lovers, whoever, and it's time to let them go. The ones that you know aren't serving anymore, and you'll know the feeling, and you're like, "Okay, I'm gonna back off only to 50% on this one," and if they don't put in the other percentage, the relationship will fall apart, it'll just drift away, and there's some that you're like, "Ah, I didn't even wanna give the 50%, I can take that one to 0 and get all that energy back." So you're gathering all this energy back through the subconscious changes and the relationship changes, and then when you have this big vat of beautiful emotional energy, boom, then your energy is up and it's opened and allows you to come together with this love. So that's what's coming in, a flower remedy. Hopefully that resonates. That's what she have for you right now. So many blessings. That was kind of a French accent, but not a very good one. All right. So, YOLO, you are up. So, with whom are you going to settle? You know, you have the Six of Wands, and so there is this fiery personality. It is someone that you have this equal, I like this equal passion for. The Six of Wands also is someone who is raised above, where it's almost like they're in the spotlight. It is someone in a higher position, not than you, but, like, when you meet them, you know, you have this equal spark and this equal connection, but when you see them, they're risen either in position among above other people or physically on a stage or prominence or whatever, but they are above, and but there's this mutual, attraction with the Six of Wands coming in. See, anything else? The dragon is standing out, to me too, and I just feel like it's someone who, you know, dragons in Eastern philosophy are like angels in the Western philosophy in that they're ethereal beings who pursue higher truth, and I feel like that's a big piece of what draws them to, and I feel like you might have in common is the search for spirit and for, the other worlds too. So I like this, for you, and it's a little bit of tidbit of what they have for you right now, YOLO. That's all they have. So many blessings. And then, Flower Girl, you are up next. Spirit message. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. So if you're wondering, if you're not in a relationship, the 10 of Pentacles is one of my relationship cards. And if you are in a relationship, it's definitely this card of abundance and fullness of the outside life. It's just, you know, usually there's like two people on there, like partners, and they have a child and a dog and a grandfather, like ancestry, and there's all this coin of money and a palace, and it just feels like life is just super full and overflowing here. And I feel this is on its way. I feel like it's something that you've been semi patiently waiting for. Hey, it's your guides busting you out, not me. But semi. They're giving you credit for patience. That's good. They're not saying like you haven't been patient. They're like, you've been patient-ish, waiting for it. And it's okay, you know, it's coming. Um, so and it's some of our lifetimes we have faded relationships, like we're gonna be in relationships. Other relationships, it's not part of the uh main package we are requesting, but it's something that's optional. It's always something optional we can add on for extra experiences and stuff. This lifetime, you do have a faded relationship with this 10 of Pentacles. So you do have one if you that's in the future. You know, if you've had one already, like, oh, sorry, that was it. No, you have another one that's coming up if you and if you're in a relationship, I don't feel like this one you don't feel like this one is it. There is one in the future that's going to feel like a fullness of life. So that's what they have for you, Flower Girl. So many blessings to you. And then love and light. Hi, you want to know, is Leo your twin flame, your divine counterpart? I don't feel like they're your twin flame. And but with the moon card, I do feel like you've had past life connections, and you definitely have this, purpose to come together in this lifetime, but they're not a twin flame in this lifetime. Everyone's really a divine counterpart, but I know what you're saying is like, are they the one? Are they this? And with the moon card coming in, there's a lot of emotion, a lot of subconscious, spiritual ties. That's where all that Akashic records are, and that's where this bond between so many lifetimes is coming in. So I feel like you definitely have this togetherness that's coming in here. Um, they're not saying right now if it's, you know, the forever person, like, is it my soul partner? Is it this? Is it that? Because it's optional, and I was just talking about how, Flower Girl, I think it was, yeah, that I just completed, they have a fated relationship in this lifetime. Some lifetimes we don't, and it could have been a twin flame in a past lifetime, because 'cause we don't have just one flame our entire lives, all of our multiple lives. We have multiple. Where it's like in a movie, it's not you don't go to another movie and like, well, it has to be that person in that love story. You can't have a different one. That's cheating on, and like no actors that can play many different parts with many different people in many different movies or lifetimes, right? So you can, and I feel like you guys had some strong connections in past lifetimes. And I feel like in this one, it's optional whether you guys want to go into full commitment mode and go further. It's not required, guaranteed, or fated. It's up to the both of your energies whether you're going to do it in this lifetime or not. And when we do it for different reasons, there's some lifetimes we just want to experience the not knowing of are we going to be in a relationship or not, because that's something we don't experience on the other side too. So hopefully that makes sense, love and light. But that's what's coming in for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Eshu Argawal. Hello, hello. So you want to know Samant's next actions for you. Will he text you himself? The Four of Cups coming in here is emotional stability with them. And uh, there's this the Three of Cups that are on here are the three cups of our normal world, where we are taught to try to find our emotional fulfillment from. The Ace of Cups is turning inward and upward. I feel like they're in this weird you're like, no kidding, this weird place in their life where the relationships they had in before you out in the world, it's not satisfying because they can't. The only thing that can satisfy us is turning inward and upward, connecting to that love. Then everything else fills up, and then we feel that fulfillment with relationships of the outside world. Otherwise, it just feels like it keeps falling short. And that's where they're at. And I feel like that they're in this, kind of dissatisfaction of relationships of life, not, specifically you, but that's why I feel like they're just kind of in this um, pause, this, um, I'm just, I'm seeing like a heart monitor and it's beep. It's like their heart has stopped, but it just feels like it's not that it's dead, it's just dull, it's paused, it's not they're not moving forward, on their heart because 'cause they're like, "I know where that takes me to every time." It's like having a nav system on your car that's always wrong, you're like, "I'm not gonna trust it. It's not taking me where I wanna go right now." And so I don't feel like they will, at this time. I feel like they're in this trying to figure things out stage, and that's why it just feels like paused. I can't think of another word, but that's what they keep on bringing it in. It's like, it's not dead. Their heart's not dead. It's just unfulfilled. It's dull. Dulled is a good word. It's like numb. There you go. Numb. It's just like, I just don't they don't have the energy to do it. So, I don't think they're gonna text you by themselves right now, and until they really face that and understand that, and then or it's still undecided, undetermined, that's why they're not able to give me how it will unfold there. And it's a good mirror for you to really go, "Yeah, let me look at myself. Let me go inward and upward and connect to my higher love," because it's a good mirror for you to go to look at that, all right? So that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Haimanti Pao, I'm not sure. It has SP space THOT, and I'm not sure if that is what that is. But I feel like that spirit knows, and that's the main thing that's important. And I'm just going to pull the card and give you what they have for you because they know. So you have the Six of Swords, which is movement energy. It's movement of thought, leaving old ways of thinking behind, old fears behind, and taking these leaps forward. Movement of thought. Maybe that's the THOT, thought. But there's movement and change of thought, and which results in action being brought to the outside world. And it is a positive card because it's flowing, it's leaving behind choppy waters, moving to calmer waters. So it's a movement to something more peaceful, something more giving, more loving. So, whatever you're needing some information on, just know that it requires you also to leave some old ways of thinking behind, a little more open minded. And that allows this flow and movement. And so be open minded, allow yourself to step out of fear and don't be afraid to make movement. Don't be afraid to communicate, take action. In the outside world, it can be going across water, across seas, if necessary. So I like this for you. Hopefully that makes sense to you, what you were wanting. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we've got Nat Nat. So do we see your future partner committing? All right. With the Tower card right now, I don't feel like um, they have this ability with their current energies. And then whenever we're looking at the future, we're always looking at current energies. This tower card is sudden movement, sudden exiting, sudden movement that happens where they're kind of removed out of your path and out of your life to make space for something that's more in tune for your life and more opening up your path to move forward. So, a future partner, maybe the next one isn't like the forever one. You learn a lot. Everything is always on purpose for a purpose, but whoever this person is in your life or is currently coming into your life or will be coming into your life, I just feel like with the tower, it's going to be sudden. It's going to be where they get transferred overseas or, something else happens where they're just out of your life and you're like, okay, well, there we go. But you can trust that it is for you and that it is opening up the space for that, which is in alignment with your higher self and with the path that your higher self wants to take you down and be towards. Can always trust whenever anything happens, it's always happening for us, even though times it feels like it's happening to us. It is about happening for us, and and it allows this trust that things are always upgraded. We're never downgraded, right? We don't start off in that super duper business first class and then end up back in coach. It's always progression forward is where we're taken for our journey. So hopefully that helps, Nat Nat. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then Mars, advice on moving out of the house and away from your family permanently. Eight of Pentacles is doing the work, doing the work, doing the work. Um, "Hey, you thought of going to school? You can get away." Go away to school, and you're like, "Bye," and get student loans that, pay for housing while you go to school. You can get away. If that's an option, then that would be supported with the Eight of Pentacles too. But it also is about putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, you know, and then things do start rolling in the outside world and do unfold here. But it is about, committing, to your path. It's like a caterpillar goes in the cocoon and it comes out a butterfly, and then the butterfly can migrate and go thousands of miles. So, moving out of the house and away from your family permanently, part of this that comes in is understanding that you chose your family. I know what? How dare you? Whoopsh, whoopsh. But you did choose them before you came down here and they chose you. And this is your cocoon, the cocoon you're in before you're in. So in the cocoon, the butterfly loses its outer skin and all that because it becomes caterpillar soup. It lets go of the things that doesn't serve it anymore. It transforms, and the struggle of getting out of the cocoon is what gives it the strength to fly once it gets out of the cocoon. So you're learning a lot about strength, and you're learning a lot about discovering about yourself and your inner power, your inner strength while you're in this cocoon. And as soon as you're ready, then you'll know it, and you'll see the things open up. But if we try to run from something, instead of fly to something, that generally doesn't work well, because wherever we go, there we are. So if you have a monkey on your shoulder and you're trying to run away from the monkey is there because they're on your shoulder. You can't leave your shoulder behind. And so whatever this monkey is that is on your back, it's about looking at ways to look at that and transform it. If I have my free podcast, which is From Chaos to Cozy, and well, the link should be in the description box of the video down below. If not, if you go to my main page, there's a podcast tab, and there's just one, so you can jump in there. But it is all about from chaos to cozy, steps you can take to get you out of the chaos. And so that might help too. All right, Mars, hang in there. And that's what they have for you right now. All right, let's see how are we doing here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So Deep Tea Tawari, you are up. So good to catch you again. So you want to know about the current feelings of your husband, Vinay. You know, they are all about this Queen of Wands. There's, passion, 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 unbridled passion, and I just feel like they're looking for this type of life without any boundaries, any restrictions. They're just wanting to be free. There's just these feelings that, they grew up with a lot of rules, a lot of it's like they were caged most of their life. And at whatever triggered them here recently, they have just wanted to be free of all cages, all everything. I just need to be me kind of energy coming in with the Queen of Wands. And um, that's why I feel like they're off trying to be who they feel they want to be rather than who they've been told they're supposed to be all their lives. And it's not to do with you. They already had it all in their head before they came in, but they're battling the demons in their head, the voices in their head of parents and culture and everything else, and they're just like, I just can't do it. I need to be free. I need to express myself. I need to be able to, have no boundaries. I'm tired of being imprisoned, right? And that's the kind of energy that they had with the marriage, And like I said, try not to allow it to reflect on yourself, because no matter what you did, they were living this life that was in here, not the life that was really happening out here. And so I feel like, that they're just burning forward, and I just don't, you know, feel like they are based on their current energy. I don't feel like they're coming back. It's like they're showing me my head, and it's just a hilarious picture. I feel like they're trying to lighten your spirits, but if you ever have a dog in a kennel and they've been in it all day long for like 10 hours, and then you take them to this field with no fences on it, and you open up the cage, and they jet out, and you're calling their name, and they'll just keep running, and you're like, "Come back." They just keep running, "Hey," and then you just see them disappearing off as they run because they don't wanna go back in that cage. That's the kind of energy that they have coming in, deep tea, so hopefully that makes sense, but I don't feel like they're coming back based on their current energies right now. I feel like they're just the dog is gone. And, so whatever you need to do with that, hang in there. I know those are not fun situations, but we did want them to happen on purpose for a purpose. So what have you learned about yourself through this? Um, what options, if nothing else mattered, if you could do whatever you wanted in your world, what would you do? I feel like it's a good mirror for you. Okay. So hang in there, my dear. Many blessings. And then magician, hello, hello. You'd like a general reading? All right. Yeah, you have the Seven of Wands. It is time for you to come out of the shadows and into the light, into the spotlight more specifically. This is like a time of you stepping up, allowing yourself to be risen and promoted and elevated. And yeah, there are going to be some people that aren't too happy about, who do you think you are to do that? And you're just like, I'm me and you're you. Everyone can do whatever they want, but this is what I want for me. And they're like, wow, look at you all getting in the spotlight. It's because they've got low self esteem. And, it's difficult, I know, when people are like, "Why do you get to do that?" And I don't, and we're taught you're responsible for their emotions and their feelings and all of that, and it's like, well, you know what? I know misery loves company, and you'd like me to come back down and be miserable with you, but joy loves company too, and they have better parties. I'm gonna stay up here. If you'd like me to tell you how I got to this place of joy, I'd be happy to tell you, but I'm not gonna be drugged down into the, quagmire of despair. I am choosing joy, and I'm gonna step out into this light and shine. The sun does not ask permission to shine, and the sun does not dim its light for anyone. It is itself, and if people can't handle it, guess what? They can get out one of those big, big sun hats and sunglasses and sunscreen, or get in the shade, or get in the house, or get in the cellar, but I'm not gonna dim my light, and I like this for you. I love this, spirit saying it's time for you to step out and, do it for you. I like it. Right? So that's what they have for you, magician. Many blessings to you. And then Yavi, you are up. So you wanna know N's intentions. At first, I had a flashback to math problems, when N equals blah, 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 then da, 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 blah. So thankfully, it's just intentions of a human that I can deal with. Although I love math, it didn't matter. But we have the full card for their intentions, which the full card is the first card in the major arcana. And it represents this energy of childlikeness and freedom and adventure and possibilities, not restrictions, not rules, not limitations, not, you know, someone asking them, "Hey, what are your intentions toward me?" They don't want to have intentions. They don't want to have intentions. They don't want to have, so their intention is not to have intentions, right? So them, right? But it's like, no, I just want to be able to go on this adventure, have an adventure mate, have friends that we go do stuff with, and intimacy if I want, if we want to do that or whatever, but I don't want to have to say this titles on it. This is where we're headed. This is what should be, need to be, have to be, must be. They just want to go on this adventure, and have someone just to be able to go with the flow. And that's that their intentions right now, Yavi. So Yay! All right. And then, many blessings, I know. Komal, Washor? I probably murdered that, my apologies. So the government job achieved, yes or no? Not yet. You're like, that's not one of the answers. C, not yet, not A, B, C. Knight of Pentacles is slowest moving knight out of them all. It has to do with timing, it has to do with waiting, has to do with delays that are happening. And so I feel like right now it's a no, but it doesn't mean that it's not a yes in the future because there's some stuff that you just need to work through. And the Knight of Pentacles is on this quest of their worth and understanding what it is that they want to do and how you relate your worth to the outside world. Are you defining yourself by a job, by things of the outside world? Those are unstable. They just fall short. They deteriorate, they blow up, they burn down. People change, people walk away, people pass away. Jobs, education never stay the same. All that stuff out there is just unstable. And this quest of our worth and of the coin and of abundance, we realize all that out there, it doesn't matter. When we turn inward and upward, we're like, there's true abundance. Then we fill up and it flows to the outside world. So I feel like you're being delayed in getting the government job right now because I feel like while you're waiting for the next opportunity, you're learning more about what you truly want. You're not getting sucked into a job that you're supposed to want, but you don't really want, and there's something higher you'd like to rather do. So that's what I feel is coming in for you right now, Kamal. So many blessings to you. And then Altair 30. You want to know what is coming up for you in love? Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, there is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone who is passionate, fiery, very motivated, maybe even an entrepreneur, but they're also matured in their passions. They don't um it's not like a teenager whose hormones are flying off and they go run off into whatever passion they want without any bridleness, without any um, filtering or sensibility. I guess is a good thing. It's like, I don't know, I just consumed with passion. I got to do it. Like a little chihuahua running around humping people's legs, just can't help itself. But this is someone who's mature that has passion, fire, but it's very controlled passion. It's very, um, I want to say filtered, bridled. It just feels very, you know, specific and intentional. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. And the passion is intentional rather than just handing it out everywhere. So I like this because they're a go-getter. I feel like Sagittarius type of energy where they love to learn and to travel and to learn about different cultures and things like that. It's the kind of individual that they are. So that is what we have coming in for you right now. A little bit of piece of who they are, right? And then Mrs. Sweet like honey. Hello, hello. So you'd like a general. All right. We do have the strength card coming in. So definitely this beautiful inner strength that's being realized with your lion, which is your human self. And usually there's a maiden on there, but they're represented by the infinity symbol above their head, which represents this connection between you and spirit and really this joining together. The lion is taught, go out here and find love and fulfillment and blah, blah, blah out there, right? Well, what we find out there is a lot of disappointment, things falling short, things are temporary. If they fill us up at all, it's very short lived. And we get disappointed, we get tired, we get exhausted, going, oh, I'm just then we turn inward and upward, and that's where we find our higher self. That's where you find that connection, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, that's what I've been looking for all along." It's this beautiful love, inward and upward. And when that happens, it doesn't destroy our ego, it doesn't destroy our human, destroy the lion. It joins hand and paw with them, and then they walk together through life, seeing the world in a completely different way. So I feel like this is a time of your higher self drawing you into this deeper relationship to understand that connection, to understand that they have everything you could possibly ever need. It's right here inside your own heart. Once that fills up and overflows, then that changes your viewpoint of the outside world too, where with it falling short, being disappointing, and it's above and beyond extra, so it changes from a place of lack to a place of abundance. And I like this for you, and I feel like it's important to know that all the answers you seek are right here in your own heart. And once you realize that, then it solves all these other things that are going on in the outside world, right? So that's what they have for you, Miss Sweet Like Honey, regarding love right now. It's turning inward and upward for your love, for, filling up that way. And then the love out there feels so different and feels overflowing because it's not falling short. It's not an imitation of what we're trying to find, that self love that we find inward and upward in our own hearts. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Melba B, you're my last on my list here. So if I missed anyone, deepest apologies. Um, I will be back next Friday. And like I said, I do offer personal readings. All that information's in the description box below. Also have a ton of free content on the main page. So if you need any answers, just follow your heart and check out any of the videos on my page. So Melba B, you'd like a general reading? All right. You got the Ace of Wands coming in, new passion, new drive, new spark. And it makes total sense. I mean, you're really tuning in with this Aries energy that's coming in right now, which is, on the 19th. And we've got these eclipses with endings and beginnings. We've got the Pisces moving into Aries. So we're starting a whole new astrological cycle. We've got spring starting, which is birthing of things in the northern hemisphere. So a lot of this, and new moon today in Pisces. So all this newness that's coming in, and you're just so ripe for creating new things, for starting new things. So this is a good time for you to like expand and move forward. Allow yourself to just look at what is next for you, because I feel like your planets are all aligning and your energy's like, well, it's like a unicorn that you're just like, all right, wherever I point my unicorn horn grows and expands. And so I feel like being very aware of where you're pointing that unicorn horn, because whatever you're focusing on and whatever you're looking is what's getting bigger. So if we focus in on our fears, or what we hate, or what we are missing, or what we're wanting, we grow the wantingness, we grow the missingness, we grow the hatred, we grow the fear. Rather than if you focus on gratitude and joy and celebration and laughter, then you grow and expand those things too. So be very, 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 very aware of where you're pointing your magic wand, because it's going to be things that manifest faster during this period of time for you. And they're just giving you a heads up, so you're not like, well, what happens if I point at that? Whoa, no, 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 don't point at that anymore. That grew fast. How about that? All right, yeah, let's point at these higher vibrational things. So that's what's coming in for you, Melba. And so many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And you're part of our mighty love tsunami. And I appreciate that very much. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. I will post here in a moment a comment listing the order in which the readings were completed. So just look out for that so you can find your reading faster. Till I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day and night, and enjoy your week. And in the meantime, just much love to you. You hang in there. You take care. We'll see you soon.